My name is Peggy Doyle from Sligo North Leitrim constituency. I want to second the motion and to support everything that Joe Costello has said. The Combat Poverty Agency was abolished in 2009 after a spurious review carried out by senior officials in the Department of Social and Family Affairs. It was abolished because the government resented being told in public that it had failed to reduce poverty in the midst of the so-called boom that it was taking glory in. And it was also abolished by a certain clique of civil servants at senior level who resented the trust and the credibility that combat poverty had built up over the years with both the general public and with the media. It was never abolished to save money, and it wasn't abolished to strengthen social inclusion measures, as Minister Hanafin said. And the first thing I want to do is to thank and congratulate Roisin Shortall for having blown that deceit and spin out of the water so effectively. I'm going to start by telling you why you should not vote for this motion. If you have any sentimental feelings that the Combat Poverty Agency was set up by Labour many years ago and therefore we should look after it, forget it. It's not a good enough reason. If you want to go back to the past because you feel more comfortable in the past, no, don't vote for it. If you think that the Combat Poverty Agency was a nice organisation to have around and that they were nice people, forget it. Why should we vote yes to bring back the Combat Poverty Agency? This motion is anything but sentimental. It's actually hard as nails realism. It's because we recognise just how tough a job we have ahead of us in government and how huge the challenges are going to be. Employment is falling through the floor. There are attacks on the minimum wage cuts in the public and the private sector, cuts in social welfare rates. There's no credit to bridge the gap between one payday and the next, or even worse, the gap between one dole day and the next. And when you don't have credit to bridge that gap, you don't have food in the fridge. Because we really are committed to ending poverty, and I take it that we really are committed to ending poverty, we have an enormous job ahead of us.
Can you conclude, please?
Where should we start? If it was bad before, what's it going to be like in the future? Who is going to help us and advise us and give us the tools and the facts and the experience to eliminate poverty? In this motion, we're not looking to revive a name or a structure or an organisation or an address. We are looking to revive and bring back and use all the attributes and skills and experience that was built up over the years by Combat Poverty in its research and in its work with marginalised people. It's not about putting back the clock, it's about putting the clock forward and giving us the tools that we will need in the future. We need an independent body that will tell us the truth.
You've gone way over time.
The core characteristics of the Combat Poverty Agency were professionalism, total commitment to ending poverty, fearlessness, independence of political pressures. It was fact-based, it was strategic. We need all of these characteristics and attributes to help us in our work in the future. And that is why we need to vote to bring back the Combat Poverty Agency. Thank you.